All right. All right. Hello, everybody. I'll just share my screen shortly so that we can have a quick start. Okay. Okay. So, hi, everybody. My name is Arthur, and I'm actually one of the education counselors in charge of the Southeast Asia region. I'm mostly taking care of Vietnam, Philippines, Cambodia, and Laos now. And also, I also assist when it comes to the Myanmar market as well. So I'll just dive right into it. Just for information, INTI has actually been operating for about 40 years, and we have four campuses across Malaysia. Okay, so there's some quick facts about INTI. We've been operating for 40 years. We have four campuses across Malaysia. As of to date, we have about 13,000 students that are currently in our campuses across Malaysia. We have over 1,000 industry partners. Why this is important, I will share a little bit later as well. Okay, then we have about 91,000 students that have graduated from INTI and our alumni as well. All right. So let's say, for example, you guys have more questions, please do not hesitate to reach out in the chat box. Or if I'm moving too fast, please let us know in the chat box as well. Okay. All right. Okay, just for information, for our student population, for international students, we have about 23% of our international students that occupy our population here at INTI, and about 77% is local. So as you can see, the numbers actually been increasing because previously it was not as big as this, but now we're slowly starting to increase the number of international students here as well. And a majority of this chunk would be from Myanmar itself as well. All right. Okay. So just for information, we are currently if you are not really aware of what the QS ranking is, it basically looks at both the academic standing of the university as well as also student experience. Okay, so as you can see, from 2024 up until 2026, we've actually been climbing up in ranks, and we hope to improve as 2027 comes along as well. Okay, so this just shows how determined we are with our academic standing and how we try to improve our academic standing in general. Okay. Okay, so earlier just now I mentioned that we have 1,000 industry partners. Okay, so we do understand that at the end goal for actually joining a university or finishing your bachelor degree is actually to be able to be employed. Okay, so INTI focuses a lot on employability because we understand that that is the end goal for most students. All right, so we have over 1,000 industry partners because we want to be able to cater to different varieties of programs. So let's say, for example, you're doing hospitality, we have partners that you can work with. Maybe say, for example, Hilton or Shangri-La Hotel, for example. You can work with these companies. If say, for example, you're doing hospitality. Let's say, for example, you're doing IT, you can work with Dell, IBM, and many more. If say, for example, you're doing accounting, you can work with KPMG, Deloitte, and PwC, for example, as well. Engineering, maybe you can work with Shell and many more other companies as well, Gamuda as well. You might not know some of these companies, but these are the companies that we have industry partners with so that our students can either do an internship or an employer project. So what is an employer project? An employer project is basically where companies come into INTI and give them a problem that they're currently facing. So let's say, for example, KPMG, they come to INTI and say, look, we need to talk to your accounting students. We have this problem that we are facing right now. Can they come up with a solution? For example, maybe they want to find a software or create a software that is able to determine what is an intellectual property. And intellectual property is something like a patent or like a logo or a trademark as well. So they need to come up with the software to sort out information to figure out whether this is an intellectual property or not as well. So this is how students work with the industry. Not only do they gain experience, but also get an understanding of what the industry needs as well. Okay, so that's why it's very important that we have 1,000 industry partners nationwide. Again, we have over 99% students who have graduated within 6 months and been able to get a job within that 6 months. All right, so that's also good. That shows that we are very focused on employability. All right, then 60% of our graduates have actually got a job offer before graduating as well. All right. So generally speaking, as I mentioned earlier, we have some students like myself who's an alumni. I was able to get a job within 6 months of graduating. I actually studied at INTI and I finally work at INTI full time as well. Okay, previously also did work with another firm, international. It was more into law and financial properties as well. Okay, so I did work with that firm and then also came back to India as well. So generally speaking, for some of our students, it's very possible for them to get a job here in Malaysia, whether you're coming from different parts of the world. And for the Burmese students now, they've actually introduced what is known as a graduate visa. Okay, so meaning you can actually stay in Malaysia for another extra year to try to find a job here in Malaysia as well. Right, so moving on. So as I mentioned earlier, we have four campuses across Malaysia. So we have the INTI International College Penang campus, which is about 6 to 4 hours away from Kuala Lumpur, which is the capital city. So this is our college campus that offers undergraduate programs like bachelor degrees in business, accounting, computer science. We have engineering programs. We have hospitality programs as well. Okay, then we have the INTI International College Subang campus, which is about 20 minutes to about 30 minutes away from Kuala Lumpur, which is the capital city again. This also offers undergraduate programs from business to fashion to hospitality, as well as we also have computer science programs as well. Okay, then we have our INTI International College, INTI International University Nilai campus, which is about, I would say it's an hour away from Kuala Lumpur, which is the capital city, and it's about 20 minutes away from Kuala Lumpur International Airport as well. Okay, then we have INTI College Sabah campus, which is on the other side of Malaysia, but unfortunately, at the moment, for most of our Burmese students, they opt for these three campuses, which is the INTI International College Penang campus, INTI International College Subang campus, and INTI International University Nilai campus as well. Okay, so in terms of variety of programs, we'll go on based on each campus has different programs, and some programs are not offered in different campuses as well. All right. So don't worry. In the next few slides, I'll give you a little bit of a glimpse on which campuses offer this program and which campuses don't offer this program as well. All right. Okay, so just for information, we have a lot of partnerships worldwide, and we have a lot of transfer programs that offer students to either transfer to the UK, US, Australia, Canada, Switzerland, New Zealand, China, as well as also France. Okay, so I do understand that for Burmese students, they're not able to go to Australia or to the US. However, they're able to transfer to the UK, to Canada, Switzerland, New Zealand, China, as well as also France. Okay, so even if they do maybe our diploma programs or our foundation programs, they'll be able to go either to the UK, to Canada, to Switzerland, and New Zealand, for example. Because some students still have that idea of still being able to transfer outside as well. So don't worry, we have different pathways that still allow the students to actually end up in either the UK, Canada, or in Switzerland, or even New Zealand as well. Some students have also opted to go to Ireland, which you do have partnerships there as well. So generally speaking, our students will be able to actually transfer overseas as long as they are able to get visa in those particular countries as well. All right. Okay, so the diverse study options that we have here, of course, like I mentioned, we have the transfer programs. So either they can do the American degree transfer program and still transfer to Canada to complete their studies, or they can do the Australia degree transfer program where they can study 1 or 2 years here in Malaysia and then transfer to the UK or to New Zealand to complete their studies as well. All right, then we have what is known as franchise programs. So franchise program, this is basically students study all 3 or 4 years here in Malaysia and get a certificate from our partner universities who is from the UK, US, or Australia. Okay, then we also do offer online programs. So say, for example, some students, maybe they're working in Thailand or they're working in Vietnam, they don't want to come to Malaysia, they can actually join our online programs, be it bachelor degree, diploma program, or even master programs as well. All right. Then we have dual award programs, basically meaning that students will get 2 certificates upon completion, which meaning one from INTI and another from University of Hertfordshire, or one from INTI and another from Coventry as well. All right. Then we have our homegrown program, basically means that our own INTI programs that we offer here at INTI International University as well. Okay. Okay, so the levels of studies, we have certificate level programs, we have foundation programs, we have diploma programs, we have degree programs, we have master's and also doctorate level programs as well. So the fields that we offer here at INTI is we have pre-university programs. So pre-university programs would be like foundation programs and A-levels programs. So let's say, for example, someone wants to do engineering, maybe he's done IGCSE or O-levels and wants to progress into bachelor degree in engineering, for example. So we do have a foundation in science, engineering pathway where a student does 1 year of foundation and then be able to progress into a bachelor degree. All right. Then we have business majors. We have computing and IT. So let's say, for example, they want software engineering or computer science or software development or data analytics. We do offer that as well. We have engineering programs, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical and electronic engineering, and many more as well. Okay. Then we have art and design programs. So students who are looking into fashion design or graphic design or interior architecture design as well, we do offer that as well. Okay, and then we have hospitality and culinary arts. So we have a diploma in hotel management and a diploma in culinary arts and a bachelor degree in food service management with culinary arts as well. All right. Then we have mass communication programs. We have biotechnology and life sciences. We have physiotherapy, sports management, as well as also traditional Chinese medicine as well. So again, we have different fields and different pathways for students to actually transfer overseas or either complete here in Malaysia as well. All right. Okay. So down to the partnership universities, we have what is known as franchise program, which I mentioned earlier. So franchise program basically means that the programs are offered here in Malaysia, and upon completion, you actually get a certificate from our foreign partner. So let's say, for example, a student studies our bachelor degree in business administration under the University of Hertfordshire, the 3+0 program here at INTI. They'll get one certificate from our partner university from the UK, meaning the curriculum that is taught in the UK and the one that is taught here in Malaysia will be exactly the same, and the certificates will be exactly the same as well. Okay, so even under our franchise program, students also have the option to do what is known as a semester abroad program, meaning they go to the UK for one semester just to experience what it's like and then come back to Malaysia to complete their studies. Or they can do a study tour, meaning they go to the UK for 2 weeks and then experience what it's like there and then come back and complete their studies. Or the final option would be they do 2+1, meaning 2 years here in Malaysia and the final year in the UK. Or they can do to Australia as well, Swinburne University of Technology. Again, it also depends on a visa approval. So they can do 2+1, meaning 2 years here in Malaysia and the final year in Australia. Again, goes to the CY Surgery, which is a French university or France university. They can do 2+1, meaning 2 years here in Malaysia and the final year in France as well. Okay. Then we have our dual award programs. So for the dual award program, basically is we get two certificates, one from INTI and then one from University of Hertfordshire, or one from INTI and another from Coventry. Okay, so where these programs differ, the way they differ is basically because for the franchise program, the curriculum is set by the UK, whereas for the dual award program is actually an INTI homegrown program that is certified by our partner university. So this is why some of the subjects that are done in the dual award programs are not offered in the franchise program, because INTI has also localized their own dual award program and added in some of their curriculums, but which makes it a dual award program, meaning you get one certificate from INTI and another from University of Hertfordshire. So that's where they change. That's where you find a little bit of a difference in terms of also a pricing. Of course, the dual award programs will be a bit more affordable as well. Okay. Okay, then we also have other transfer options. So, I mean, you can do either the Australia degree transfer program or the American degree transfer program, and then transfer to the UK, New Zealand, Canada, for to complete their studies as well. So we have various options for students to actually go overseas, be it whether they do our transfer programs or they do our foundation or diploma programs as well. Okay, all right. Okay, so these are some of the long-standing partners that we've had for the US and also for Canada. So students who are still looking to go to Canada, we do have some partnerships with some of the Canadian universities, so we can still advise the students accordingly. Okay, so for the UK and Australia as well, if say for example students want to go to with these universities in Australia or in the UK. But again, Australia is a bit tricky for Burmese students as well, but doesn't mean that they can not always try. But if, say, for example, they want to go to Australia, it's best for them to have a backup plan to consider maybe the UK for future reference as well. All right. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have franchise programs with the UK universities. So as long as you see the 3+0 or 3.5 plus 0, this basically means that our franchise programs, meaning once the student completes the program, they'll get a certificate from our partner university from the UK. So let's say, for example, student does a bachelor degree of computer science under Coventry University 3+0, which is in our Penang campus. They will actually get one certificate from Coventry University. Same goes for University of Hertfordshire and same goes for Sheffield Hallam University as well. Okay, so I do understand that most of you might ask, why is it 4+0, 4 years to do a master's? It's actually because you see in the UK you only need 3 years to complete a mechanical engineering program or electrical and electronic engineering program. Okay. However, in Malaysia they do not accept 3-year bachelor degrees because it does not meet the requirements set by the Board of Engineers here in Malaysia. So because we have to satisfy a 4-year bachelor degree in order for you to be able to practice here in Malaysia or to have completed a bachelor degree in engineering, mechanical engineering, or civil engineering, top-up year from the UK, where you do 3 years plus one, and then you get a master's. In the UK, this would be considered a master's, and you can go directly into PhD. But in Malaysia, this 4+0 master's is actually considered a bachelor degree. So the reason why it's like that is because we have to satisfy the requirements set by Board of Engineers Malaysia. All right. So that is why it's a 4+0, but it's actually considered a bachelor degree, but in the UK, it's considered a master's. All right. I hope that doesn't confuse you, but if you have any questions, please do ask in the next few slides. All right. So we also have a franchise program with Australia, with an Australian university, which is Swinburne University of Technology. You can study business, you can study computer science, media and communication, as well as ICT. Okay. Again, as long as students have either completed the OSST or A levels, then they can be able to join this program, or they've completed a foundation, or even they've completed HND as well. They can actually join this program as well. All right. Okay, moving on. Then we have a partnership with our US partner, which is Southern New Hampshire University from the US, where you can study communication, business administration, and psychology. So let's say, for example, students who still want to have an American degree, they can actually study all 4 years here in Malaysia and still get a US certificate and still be a graduate from a US university as well. All right. Okay, so moving on to the French university, to the France university, sorry, which is CY Cergy, where you can study a Bachelor of Food Service Management with culinary arts as well. All right. Okay, so for the dual award programs, like I said, we can either get one certificate from INTI and another from Coventry, or one certificate from INTI and another from University of Hertfordshire. So the majors are pretty much there. We have like the IT pathway, we have computer science, then we have mass communication and business majors, as well as banking and finance, and many more programs mentioned down here as well. All right. Okay. So for the American degree transfer program, I won't dive much into it because as mentioned earlier, for the Burmese students, it's very difficult for them to go to the US. However, they can still use this American degree transfer program to go to Canada or to New Zealand as well as also Australia, but the pathway will be a little bit longer. Okay, so we have majors like arts, we have majors as well as also applied sciences. So let's say for arts, they can go for business, business, finance, journalism, or they can go for psychology as well. Okay, for applied sciences, they can go for biomedical sciences or chemical engineering, computer science, or even forensic science as well. Okay, so again, for Australia degree transfer program, which means they can either go to the UK, Switzerland, or even Ireland. They can also go for commerce or life sciences, meaning like biochemistry, biomedical science, biotechnology, food science, genetics, and microbiology as well. If, say, for example, they want to go to the UK or even to Ireland, we do have options for them to do either in business majors or even in life sciences as well. Okay. So we also do offer online programs, which is 100% online. And then every week they have a recorded session, which is virtually accessed on a weekly basis. All our online programs are actually accredited by MQA, and there's no travel that is required. So whether a student wants to do a PhD level program or a doctorate level program, a master's, a bachelor degree, or even a diploma level program, they can do so as well. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have PhD level program, which is a Doctor of Business Administration. Masters, we have a Master's Information System, Master's Information Technology, a Business Administration program, a Master's in Construction Management, and a Master's in Education Management. Okay, so for bachelor degree, we have Computer Science, we have Business, we have Human Resource Management, International Business, and Marketing as well. So for diploma level, we have a Diploma in Business and a Diploma in IT as well. So let's say, for example, students don't want to come to Malaysia, they can actually study online. Maybe say, for example, they want to do business. They can do a diploma in business online first, and then after that, they can progress into a bachelor degree, which is also online in business as well. All right. Okay, so for the campuses, this is our Nilai campus. As you can see, we have an Olympic-sized swimming pool. We're currently doing a lot of renovation. So you'll be able to see our Timor campus, which is basically where we find a lot of food stores and also a lot of groceries inside here as well. So even our dining hall is currently being renovated, as well as also the cafeteria as well. So as you can see, we're trying to make it a little bit more modernized as well. Okay, so programs that we offer is from foundation all the way up until doctorate level. Okay. Then we have the INTI International College Subang campus, which is located in Subang, which is basically in the heart of Klang Valley. We have advanced Mac labs, we have CAD labs, design studios, and many more attractions on the campus. We have a napping area. So let's say, for example, students want to take a nap in between in between their studies, they can do so as well. Okay. In the surrounding areas, there's a lot of malls, cafes, there's hospital, and it's just generally a student-friendly area because there's a lot of universities in this vicinity as well. Okay. Then we have the INTI International College Penang campus. Again, this is in the Penang campus. It's mostly focused on STEM programs, meaning if say for example students want to do engineering or IT, it's best for them to consider the Penang campus because a lot of these tech companies are actually starting to set their bases or set their headquarters in Penang. So let's say, for example, you want to do engineering or you want to do computer science, it's best for you to also consider going for the Penang campus. At least the chances of you getting employed will be a little bit higher. Okay, then we have partnership programs, which for the UK, Australia, as well as the US, and then of course the campus is very recently renovated and is very modern, and it's just Penang is known as a tech hub as well as also a culture hub, and it's just a lot for you guys to also consider, especially for primary students who are looking to get a late employment in Malaysia. They can actually try to consider the Penang campus, and they can also apply for graduate visas once they complete their studies here in Malaysia. Please note for the graduate visa is only applicable for students who are actually doing bachelor degree and above. Okay, so for diploma level programs or foundation level programs, they will not be able to apply for the graduate visa. Okay, so that is about all from me. So I think I'll just open up the session for Q&A if there's any.
Thank you, Arthur. But is it okay if I can ask to go back to the slide on the dual award, if you don't mind?
Sure, sure, sure. Okay, one second. Okay, so, oh, sorry. Do award, yeah.
Yep, that's fine.
Mm,
Yep, thank you. Just want to take a
no
look
worries.
at it. Yeah.
What I can do, Timothy, after this session, maybe I can share these slides with you, so that maybe you can, in case they want to ask questions or they want to share with their students, I can send you a copy as well, and then you can send them down the copy as well.
Sure, no
Okay?
problem.
Yeah.
No problem. All right. We're gonna open the floor. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, I think there's some questions here. May
There's
I know the entry requirement and the scholarship programs as well?
Okay, so for the entry requirements, depends on what level you're referring to. Maybe you could just clarify on the like which level you're looking for, and also what entry requirements is it like for matriculation, GED, OSSD, which would it be? Then we can at least advise you based on that.
Yeah, because INTI
Mm.
does have a range of scholarships for
Yes,
international students.
yes,
So,
yes,
usually they have to assess depending on the student's highest qualification, whether it's
correct,
OSCE or GED. And which comes
correct.
to the next question, does INTI accept GED?
Yes, so we do accept GED as long as student has scored 145 over 200 in each of the four components, which is, I believe, mathematics, I think it's reasoning, science, and I think it's arts, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember exactly which subject it was, but as long as they score 145 in each of the four components, then they should be able to join our programs. However, please note, let's say, for example, they want to go for partnership university programs, like, say, for example, University of Hertfordshire, or for Sheffield Hallam University, or for Swinburne University, for example. Unfortunately, for these programs, they don't accept direct entry. Majority of the time, student needs to do a foundation first or do a diploma first before progressing into our partnership programs. Because in the UK, I see GED is not accepted for direct entry to degree. Okay, even Australia, GED is not accepted for direct entry into degree, right? So that is why most of the time students have to do a diploma first after doing GED, and then finally be able to progress into maybe Swinburne University, for example. Okay.
Okay. But that means like each example, like each entry requirement on the university will be have to depending on the partner university.
Yes,
Like example,
yes,
if Hertfordshire depends on Hertfordshire. If it's
yes.
Sheffield Hallam, you have to depend on Sheffield Hallam.
Sheffield Island, yes, correct, correct. But if, say, for example, student wants to go for like our Nilai campus program, meaning our dual award programs for business, or let's say, for example, they want to go for computer science, if they're using GED, they can go directly into degree. All right. However, let's say, for example, if using GED, they want to go into computer science, they need to do what is known as reinforcement mathematics. So for the first semester, once they join INTI, they need to do an additional mathematics subject because the math in GED is not sufficient for them to actually progress in higher math level subjects in computer science. Okay?
Okay,
Mm,
no problem.
yeah.
Okay, I think I would like to know whether students are able to undertake an internship program or internship semester during their studies.
Yes. So internships are actually, I mean, for most programs, it's actually inclusive of the program. So if you say, for example, you want to do business, you want to do engineering, you actually have an internship inside the program. Some of the subjects is mandatory. Without an internship, you cannot graduate as well. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Mhm.
For IGCSE students, do they need to take a proficiency test?
So no, as long as they have passed, they have a grade C in English, generally speaking, they will not need to take a proficiency test. However, we will still give them an English test just to verify the English, because sometimes for Myanmar students, generally, even if they have like an A in English or B in English, sometimes they still struggle. So just to confirm and make sure we don't need to give them any additional English classes, we make sure that they take an English test. But again, if say for example they're going for like a foundation, generally speaking, there's no IELTS required or anything like that, but we just do a test just to reconfirm the English requirements. That's it. It's nothing to do with like making them do IELTS or anything like that as well. All right.
Okay, sure, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
So does Myanmar matriculation eligible for Bachelor of Business?
Yes.
Bachelor program, sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. Yes. So, yes, as of the recent announcement from the, I believe it's MQA, matriculation grade 12 that has completed from 2024 onwards, meaning 2024, 2025, and 2026 and beyond, they are accepted into bachelor degree. However, for INTI, we're still waiting for the final approval on what are the entry requirements for bachelor degree. But yes, they actually accepted. Okay.
Okay, sure, no problem. All right. I think is there any other questions? I think we may have got time for two more. We'll take two more questions.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. Well, I think it's interesting there because like for Myanmar matriculation just not
Mm-hmm.
very long ago, they actually recognize sorry, um the MOE just recently recognized the Myanmar matriculation as a direct
Yes.
entry to the bachelor degree.
Yes.
So that was actually what caught everyone's attention in
Attention.
Myanmar.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah,
So that's
because
interesting.
actually we got the news back in 2024 because I believe the first batch was 2024 August. They had completed grade 12, and actually that was the first prompt of it. So we actually sent in we actually had one student who actually came into INTI with the grade 12 qualification. We had to send it down to MQA, and then MQA had to reevaluate and check through the curriculum. And then after reevaluating the curriculum, they realized that this is actually entry to direct degree programming. Your students don't need to do foundation or diploma. However, also I must add is that let's say for example they want to go for our partner university programs, meaning like a University of Hertfordshire. Unfortunately, for University of Hertfordshire, for Swinburne and Sheffield Hallam, they still need to do foundation. But if say for example they want to go for the INTI program, the dual award program, they can go directly into degree. Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
sure. Noted, no
Mm.
problem. I
Yeah.
think it's also, yep, noted. All right, great.
Mm.
I think there's a question here. Maybe it's just typed out. Could
Yes.
you clarify that GED is eligible for INTI home bachelor programs?
Yes, yes, it is. So, I'll just share my screen again so that at least you guys can understand a little bit. One second. Give me one second. Okay. So, okay. One second. So for any of these programs, if the student has GED, they can actually go directly into degree. Okay, as long as they score 145 in each of the modules out of the four modules, each module has to be 145 and above for them to actually join any of these programs. But if, say, for example, student wants to go, for example, for our any of these programs for our partner universities, which is the 3+0 programs, unfortunately for the UK, these programs, the entry requirement is set by the UK. Okay, so for the UK, GED is not accepted for direct entry to degree. You have to start with a diploma first or a foundation first before you can progress into degree. So for these programs, GED will not be accepted. For this program for Swinburne University, also will not be accepted. GED will not be accepted. For this program, because it's actually an American program, GED can be accepted. However, student needs to have 6.5 and above in IELTS as well to be accepted. Okay. Then for CY surgery, GED can also be accepted. However, student also needs to provide IELTS 5.5 to be able to join. Okay. And then for the dual award programs, as long as they have GED 145 in each component, they can be able to join the program. Okay.
All right, thank you, Arthur. Let me just
No
double check
worries.
for you. I think with the GED requirement. Okay, great, no problem. I think we've got time for one more question.
Any more
Any
questions?
questions? Thank you. Okay, I think we can. Oh, I think I got one more here. All right, I think we can officially wrap up the session, Arthur. Thank you so much once again.
Thank
So,
you.
I'm just curious about what actually I got a question of my own also.
Mm-hmm.
Like for the Penang campus, is there like a rough population of how many international students in Penang?
I mean, recently is only when we decided to push a lot more into for Penang's campus. So I wouldn't say it's more than 20%. Maybe it's about 18 to roughly about 18 to 15% of international students there now. Because
I see.
we only started now to really start to promote the Penang campus because, of course, not a lot of students want to go for Penang. But we can always tell the Burmese students because from Yangon to Penang, there's actually a direct flight now, and it's a little bit more affordable. So that's something they can consider as well.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. That's very interesting because it's like usually I have and I know KL is very popular, but I would
Mm.
who would have thought that the next popular location would be actually be Penang.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
that's very interesting.
I mean, because now also we're trying to educate, especially the students who are going for like STEM subjects, meaning IT, engineering, biotechnology, because majority of these companies actually set, if you looked at the recent news as well, you notice that a lot of these tech companies actually set in base in Penang as well. So in general, this is also good for the students because for internship, it's easy to find placement. For even job placement after graduation is very possible, especially like hospitality as well, or IT, for example, or even engineering as well in the Penang area. It's pretty easy. I wouldn't say it's pretty easy, but it's somewhat manageable for a student to actually get either internship or even get a placement of work in those areas.
I see.
Okay.
Okay, okay, sure. But
Mm-hmm.
so there you have it. I think you can hear that Penang is actually up. I would say it's up and
Yes.
coming.
Yes.
So that's always good to know that INTI is welcoming also students to study in their Penang campus. Okay.
Mm.
All right. Thanks a lot, Arthur, and thank you so
Uh,
much, everyone. Oh
Sorry,
yeah.
there's
Sorry,
one
Arthur.
more question that says,
Yeah, there
may I
is.
know the required score for the matriculation bachelor
Oh,
programs? Okay, so unfortunately, we haven't yet got the finalized requirements specifically for matriculation grade 12 to go directly into degree. Maybe we will update Mr. Timothy and then he will share down the information to you. Maybe you can give us up until next week or so, then we'll update you as well. Okay?
sure, sure, no problem. All right.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Arthur. Thank you
All
so much.
right, no worries. Thank you so much,
Yes,
guys.
thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. I'll
You
see
too,
everyone
guys.
later. Yep. Thank you so much.
All right, bye, guys.